Welcome to Cooking with Remi. Today we are going to make puff, 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 puff. Hi, I'm Remi. Do you like to cook? I like to cook. I'm going to do recipes with you that you can do at home with your mom and dad. My dad is a chef, and I'm gonna do recipes for you. Puff Puff comes from Nigeria. You know who comes from Nigeria? My mom, baby. We have flour, we have warm water, we have sugar, we have salt, we have nutmeg, we have dry yeast. And for after, we have cinnamon, powdered sugar, oil for frying. These ingredients are for after. Now we are going to pour the dry yeast in the warm water. Like that it dissolves all of the dry yeast. And now you're going to mix. Now we are going to pour all the ingredients in. First, all the dry ingredients first. The flour. Ooh. Now the sugar. Two pinches of salt. I mean all of the salt. And all. And now, liquid. I forgot. My mom pre-measured everything. Now we're gonna mix everything together. Stirrers. Hard to mix, but I can do it by myself. See? This is a little bit too thick. You want this to be slightly thicker than pancake batter. And this is very too thick. A little bit too thick. You see? Still flour. So my dad poured water. A little bit of water. I think that might be. I'm gonna mix. It's easier to mix actually. Oh. There's no water. see the yeast? You see these bubbles? That's the yeast. Let's do that. This is the consistency we want. Now we're gonna cover it. And we're going to let it be for about 2 hours till it doubles in size. Wow! Double in size! Now we are gonna fry it. I need some help for that. You could use a big spoon or a little spoon or an ice cream scooper. And I need an assistant to help me to cook.
Hello everybody. I'm going to be Remi's assistant today to help him fry the puff puff. Let's make sure the fire is on. I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so we're going to turn that on. We don't want the heat to be too high. We want it to be relatively low. Now our camper burner here runs a bit hot, so I'm just going to be careful of the temperature. As Remi said, you can use spoons to scoop and then you just push it down, or you can try the ice cream scooper. Now when the ladies who are making this in the streets of West Africa, not only Nigeria, are doing this, they actually take their hand, scoop it up, and they squeeze out the batter through their thumb and index finger. I'm not that skilled, to be honest with you, and frankly it's a bit messy for me, so I prefer to use the spoons. And today for the first time I'm going to try with the ice cream scoop and see how that works out. Alright, so when we want to test if the oil is hot enough, we need to just put a little bit of the batter in there to check, right? If it sinks, Remi, is the oil ready if it sinks?
No.
No. So I forgot we also need one of these slotted spoons if you want to, or something similar anyway, for you to be able to scoop out your puff puff, and a plate with napkin on it prepared for any of the excess oil. So I'll just want to take a little bit because we want to just test the oil, right, Remi? So let's see.
Hello.
Oh, didn't I say we needed the other one to scoop? Aha. Oh, I think the oil is ready because it's floating, right? So which do you prefer that we use, Remi? The spoons or the scoop?
I prefer this.
Okay. Okay, Remi, I think our oil is hot enough. You wanted us to try which tool right now?
Ice cream scooper.
Okay, let me try the first one, okay, just to be sure. So we're going in, scooping out a little bit of the batter, and with the ice cream scooper, might have to do it a couple of times. Whoop. Make it a little round. Now I'm just gonna do one for a second, so we can see if it really is hot enough. It looks like it's floating, right?
It's floating.
Let's see. All right, so you hold this for me, okay? I'm gonna put this over here so then you can put it down on something. And I like to sort of bathe it with the oil, personally. That's me. Now, normally it should make a nice round ball. That's why we call it puff puff, because it puffs up.
Yeah,
Flip it over.
Like big, because the first time this was not big.
Exactly.
It was low.
It was
And then it was high and big. That's why we call it puff puff.
All right, I'm not getting a lot of color at the moment, but I've seen the ladies doing this on the street and they actually turn them over several times.
But Mama does not do it several times.
No, I do. Sometimes I will. I mean, I bathe it a little bit with the oil like that. And when you're frying with oil, you really have to be careful. You don't want to get burned. So you might want to leave
because it stays forever.
What, to heal from the burn?
Yeah.
Yeah, long time. Sometimes it don't really heal at all. But you might want to ask mommy or daddy to do this part for you. And you can do the fun part. Just eat those pieces of fried dough. Yeah. So we're trying to get a nice golden brown color, right, Remi?
Yeah.
Right. This is really good party food too. You remember when I made this for your school for the end of year party? Do you remember that?
Ooh.
Yeah, I had some mommies come to the school. They came to help me make these. And what we did...
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, and what we did is...
And I was looking. I think.
No, you were at school. You were at school. But what we did is that we actually under-fried them just a little bit so that they could be served warm, which is usually how we enjoy them, by frying them the day of the party to the color that we wanted. So you can usually when with fried foods, the way to revive it is actually to refry it. So there we go. This is a pretty good color.
It's getting his color.
Yeah, it's nice color. But you always have to remember, Remi, that things keep cooking even when they're not on the heat anymore, right? So this is going to probably get darker even after.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, warm when you're frying, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's one that's very, very...
So as you can see, look, we don't have perfectly round shapes. Those ladies at the market, I mean, they've been doing it every day for years. So theirs are nice and round. But it'll still taste as good.
Yeah. It doesn't matter which...
As long as it's not flat. You want it to be ball shaped.
Ball
Yeah.
shape.
If it's flat, then we've done something slightly wrong. But it's still edible too. So you wanted to try with the spoon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you scoop with one spoon, right? And you use the other spoon to push the batter down. Now this way, and you push it down like that. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, it's kind of like a funnel cake.
It looks like a tail.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep going too on this one because we made the full recipe because we wanted to be able to share this with our neighbors. Right?
We're doing the full recipe.
So how much do you like puff puff, Remi? Oh, you want to get that one turned over for me there?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, okay. I'll hold this part. Whoops! Oh, you got too many. Okay, careful. There you go. Perfect. All right. So when you see that we start getting a little bit of brown color, you want to turn it over. Oh, this one made a nice ball.
Oh, yeah.
That's the perfect puff puff.
Haha.
We had to get at least some of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least. It's not very round because there's a little bit pointy thing. A little pointy thing.
Or you just eat that off, right?
It's little, but not so little. Because so little is this. I imagine you can't see.
Well, we're gonna keep frying, and we'll come back to you to show you what I like to do with my puff puff. You won't find it that way on the streets of Nigeria necessarily, or Cameroon, which is two of the countries where we come from, right, Rem?
Yeah.
But we like it in our house. So we'll see you shortly. Okay, Remi, it's time for you to get those out. Remember what I showed you. So you lift them up and you let the oil drip down, as much of the oil as we can. Right? Boop. There we go. See if you can get those 2 for 1. Yeah. Yeah, pro. There we go. Okay, careful over there. Perfect. All right.
And do not forget
Yeah,
everything.
don't leave those in there because
it's gonna burn and yay.
So I found
You don't
a
want-
neat technique here. You just wanna rotate your scoop and it makes it a little bit easier. And that's perfect. Look at that one, Remi.
Ooh, don't let the oil be on the floor on the cable.
No, don't want to do that. Now these are not very sweet. Even though you saw the amount of sugar, for the amount of flour, it's not sweet. So I personally, at the end, I show you, I like to add a little powdered sugar. No, oh yeah, okay, you're doing what I did before. Hold on, let me get that one in there. I like to add a little powdered sugar. And that's where the powdered sugar and cinnamon come in. Because that combination gives it sort of a caramelly flavor for me. Just gonna put this in.
A fourth?
Usually, Chef Eric always says when you're frying things, you should go clockwise. We've kind of moved these all over the place. So the time to flip them over is when you start seeing the color. So now what do we do?
Well, now we're gonna roll the puff puff in the cinnamon and the
Powdered sugar?
powdered sugar.
Yeah. Okay, so, well, you want to mix these two together, right? So let's put it into the bowl and then we can toss them around in there.
Oh yeah, it's very hard. Oh, why? Oh,
Humidity.
actually, maybe.
Yeah. Now, I was saying before that these aren't actually very sweet. So if you wanted to, you could always put more sugar than the sugar in the recipe if you like them sweeter. Or you can do this at the end to give people the choice. Some people who don't want it so sweet and some people who want it very sweet. Up to you. All right, let's mix that all together. We might need more powdered sugar actually. This was sort of a guesstimation, the amount of powdered sugar. It really is a personal taste, so you do as you
feel like.
Yeah. Try to crush those big ones there because it got a little dry, I think. Okay. All right. Next step.
Now we're gonna roll the puff puff.
Yeah.
I do like
You could
this
probably
normally.
you could do that. Yeah. You could put a couple more in there. Oh, let me get you a nice plate to put them in because gotta have a nice plate for presentation.
Or I can do it like this.
Well, let's put it on here. You like this one?
Mhm.
Exactly. You put them there. Let's get a couple of them first, right? Before we start eating.
I'm putting them in the squares.
All right. So let's toss a couple in there. Yeah, I know why you're doing it that way, Remi. That's so you can have your fingers to lick afterwards, huh?
No. No, it's because I don't know.
You could use a spoon too, you know.
Oh, spoon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, see? What are you doing? Licking those fingers, aren't you? Yes, you are. So,
Yum.
presentation is always
should.
important.
I don't know what to say. Very yummy.
I'm doing all the work for you here, Remi. What's going on? You're too busy licking your fingers. Not particularly hygienic there, sir.
Hygienic.
So,
I don't know.
you could also just put them on the plate and then toss the sugar on top of it, but at least this way they're
Ooh,
a little bit more
Mama.
evenly coated.
This looks like chicken.
Like chicken.
It does actually.
Yeah, I guess so.
Legs. Base.
Yeah.
And
its big
body.
Oh, okay.
And his back.
And there you have it. Puff puff.
Can't wait to eat it.
Oh. Looks great.
Mm. 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 This is good. Mm.
Well, if he says so, it must be, right?
Yes.
It is? Okay. Let me try one. Very nice. Good job, Remi.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Bon appétit tous les amis.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
You think we should share this with Daddy? Maybe. You think he wants some? I think so. Maybe. There you go.